Hey guys, this is Carson Miller Tech here, back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be checking out a somewhat mid-range priced drone, and the drone that I'm going to be checking out is called the Eachine EX2H, and this was, just to be transparent, sent to me by Banggood for free, but I'm by no means being paid to say anything in this video, so if this turns out to suck, I'll definitely let you guys know. But with that being said, I do want to get into flying it, but first, let's get into unboxing it. So I'm going to attempt to make this quick, but on the outside of the box, it just explains some of its things, and there's some optional accessories that you can get, and there's some just random sports cameras you can get, not sure what brand those are. It does come with the mount already, so if you'd like to put a GoPro on this or something and you own one, it should include that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the outside of the box. So opening it up here, you will find the manual and some other papers. I'll just set that aside for now. Then you should find, first of all, the remote controller here. Open this up and the drone itself, along with a lot of other things such as the propellers, the prop protectors, the legs that you have to install, so I'll be doing that in just a second. The charger, and it comes with a micro USB cable, so you don't have to worry about owning one of those. It comes with that. Screwdriver and the other tool for, I believe, the propellers maybe. And then second to last, you will find the mount that is meant for mounting to the drone, so then you can add a GoPro or another action camera that has that size of body. And then last but not least, the drone itself. So after taking all those off, as you can see, this is what the drone looks like. I gotta say that this is pretty sturdy build quality, or maybe it's just the weight and heft of it, but feels pretty nice. There is a camera here on the front, so it does come with one, but if you'd like to mount a higher resolution camera, you can of course do that here on the bottom. The motors here are actually pretty well built. This is surprising for me, considering this is a Chinese drone. Nothing against them, because basically all drones are Chinese, even DJI, but now that I've given you a first little look of this drone, I'm just gonna set this down for a second and show you the remote controller. So the remote controller is made of plastic as well. And it is pretty well built though, because the ergonomics here on the back are really great for your hand placement, so I do really like that. The two antenna can just go down and out like this, so if you get this and have had a DJI drone in the past, don't go and try and bend them up, because that won't work. So they do go down like that. Got a general on and off switch there, the controls, and then just a couple other things that I'm not sure necessarily what they do yet, but I'll show you in a little bit. Let's just go and put this together really quickly in a time lapse, and then I will get to taking off. Okay, so after learning from last time, after not taking a drone and placing it on a flat surface when taking off, I am placing this on a flat surface just to verify and make sure that it will be calibrated correctly. So I already turned it on, and the way you turn it on is you go and you press and hold the red lock button up here, and then power on the controller, and then just go and plug in the drone. And I already did that, so it's all powered on right now. Up here is the battery indicator, supposedly. These are the controls for when there is, I don't know what it's called, but when it's going to drift on one side and you want to correct that, you can minor correct it here so you don't have to keep controlling it with these. But there you go. So to take off, you just go and you press the little lock button, and that starts the motors, as you can see. And then you just press up like any other drone. So this drone, I've got to say, is quite a bit better than any other drones that I've gotten in the past that are cheap. Much faster, and the controls are amazing. So I'm not sure where the photos and videos are stored, but there is the button here on the remote controller that you can press to take a photo, I believe. So I guess I'll just press that and hope that it took a photo. I think it saves it onto the actual drone itself, but I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I'm on high mode. I'm gonna press the low high button. Oh geez, no, I wasn't even on high. This thing is like as fast as my DJI drones. There's also two modes that you can be in. You can be in altitude hold mode, which is this bottom position. And then there's professional mode, where you put this up to the top and number 1 position. So I'm gonna try and put it on 1 and see what that does. Ah, okay. That was really odd changing that. Literally, it actually changed the controls on the controller. Like, there was a difference in the feedback that you get from the controllers. That was really strange. But what professional mode does, as I just figured out, is you are completely manually controlling the drone. They should be calling it manual mode because that's exactly what it is, but basically it just allows you to go and fly manually with the controls. So this right here literally adjusts the amount that you go up and down, and yeah, that's basically manual mode. So something else that's great about this is the fact that it feels so light when you're controlling it. Like, I mean, it is a really light drone, but you really feel that when you're controlling it. It moves very nimbly, and yeah, it works very well. I'm very surprised at its performance right now. So, I just crashed. We will see how it took it. Oh, looks fine to me. Would you look at that? It's all fine. No dings at all. I'm surprised, honestly. Oh, wait, I take that back. There is a small ding on this one propeller. So, that took that fall quite well, actually. I'm surprised. So there you go. There is the flight of the Eachine EX2H, and it honestly has blown me away with how well it has performed. And I did say in the beginning that its build quality was pretty great, and it definitely showed during that crash. I'm not sure if I caught that on camera or not, but it was not the most nimble crash of all time, so it was pretty rough on it, and it survived that, so I was really amazed with that. And also, I gotta say that this flies incredibly well also. Like, this is the best cheap drone that I've ever flown that performs as well as it does. It does have a couple problems, like it doesn't have like stabilization in place. Even in the altitude hold mode, it kind of still moves around even if you adjust the controls so then it shouldn't tilt and do those things, but it still sort of does. So I was very pleased with the performance of this thing. These motors put out a lot of power, especially in high mode. I would say that this can get up to a top speed of somewhere around the same that my Phantom 3 standard can in GPS mode, so, and without wind, that is. And so this thing can get very fast, but one thing to mention though, when you are flying in fast speeds, is that you have to make sure that you're at a good altitude, because this, when it's going full speed, it won't have any extra power to take itself upwards, so look out for that. It basically just puts all its power out to go sideways, but it does that very well, and I was very impressed with how fast it can go. One thing that I'm still not sure about this though is how to get the footage off of this camera. I haven't went inside and like tried to get it off onto my computer yet, but this doesn't have any micro SD card slot on it or anything, so I'm hoping that there's just some built-in storage. But if that's the case, I'm not entirely sure what the quality of this camera is, so I'll be leaving a reaction like right now if I do end up being able to get the footage off of, because the reason why I think that is because there is a micro USB slot here on the bottom that in the directions it says can be used to access the footage, so I'm hoping that's where it is. So here's Carson from the future if he's able to find the videos from the drone.
Yeah, no, I was not able to find any of the videos from the drone, sadly enough. It was kind of frustrating. I plugged in from the drone to my computer through a micro USB, didn't get anything, and then I decided to go and open up the drone to see maybe if there was a hidden micro SD card slot, but no, there wasn't that either. So overall, there is no way to put storage onto it. I think you have to purchase like goggles to put on and to actually see what the drone is seeing, and then also record like directly from there. So I think that's the only way to access that footage. So I don't have any footage from the camera that was on the drone, sadly enough.
Thank you, Future Carson. So I'm not sure if you were able to find the videos or not, but if you were, then that's good, and if not, then, well, whatever, because this drone still performs incredibly well for its price point, and it has truly amazed me how well it performs in its flight. I do have to say, one little kind of drawback that I have with this is that if you are flying it around in sort of windy conditions, it is just a regular drone. It doesn't have any like stabilization things or anything that can keep it in place. So if you're flying in winds, it will tend to drift some, and even if you adjust it with the controls on the controller, it'll still tend to drift even in the slightest amount. So you will always have to have your hands on the controls, just moving it around, which is fine because it does have enough power to perform through that. And one more thing that I forgot to mention is that this does have a 360 flip mode built into it. If you press the F1 button on the back of the controller, that will allow you to go and flip the drone. But I figured that everybody who's watching this video has probably seen a drone flip before, so I wasn't able to get to it because of the battery, but it does have that capability, and also the battery life is 17 minutes if you were wanting to know that. But so yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to let me know by clicking that thumbs up button down below. And if you'd like to see future videos from me, consider clicking that subscribe button down below. You can check out some of my other videos by finding the last one up there or the random one that I chose to put down there. But anyways, that is it for this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.